Hi, I'm Elliot and I'm here today interviewing our housing officer-elect, Justine.
Hi, I'm Justine. I'm a third year student and I'm the housing officer-elect.
As the Solidarity Space, we've been going around canvassing a lot of the accommodation. We did it last year, we've been doing it this year. And through that we've heard that a lot of students have experiences with mould in quite a lot of the downstairs flats, or with insects, or squirrels is quite a fun one as well. Did you have any experiences of that when you were in Donnelly?
I did, not squirrels, but we couldn't really shut our window because there was not a lot of ventilation. So if you did, you basically couldn't really breathe. So you had to leave the window open, and that meant that you had all of the midges and these massive mosquitoes come in. They look like daddy long legs, but they're not. They're definitely mosquitoes. Very terrifying. And they would just kind of come in and live in my room, and that was fun.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah. We also had mold in the shower,
right?
Which I know is not uncommon for a lot of students to have that, to make it normal. The university accommodation is already not up to living standards, and in addition to that now, the university has decided to raise rent for next academic year to up to 9%, so that's about 525 or so pounds a year of an increase, which is entirely, it's ridiculous.
Do you think students can afford it?
No, not at all. I mean, the student union did a survey that showed that most students wouldn't be able to afford it. So, I mean, basically the university is now encouraging homelessness.
So today we've got a rally in relation to housing. The university is increasing accommodation by up to 9%, and we don't think that's okay. So we're coming together to tell the university exactly what students think about this.
Do better! Stirling University! Do better!
9% is a massive increase and completely unnecessary. The university has the money. And if they didn't, why do they renovate things like the sports centre and the reception area when their own students can barely afford their current rent and will certainly not afford a £500 increase for the next academic year?
When I was your age as a university student years ago, I would not have imagined it be possible that I would one day live in a country in which it was considered a luxury to have a decent roof over your head. I did not believe when I was your age that I would be living in a country where we had such a thing as food banks. It's astonishing to think that when I was your age, the word food bank didn't exist. Right? Somebody invented that word as an apology for starving huge numbers of people across the country. And in the space of 20 years, they have not just become a thing, they have become normalised. And it's become expected that people should go there. Because apparently now, people don't deserve the things we used to think they deserved: a secure home, food, and a decent education.
We did not come to university to stand out the front of management buildings and fight for our houses to be affordable. We did not come to university to be told that we need to live off £50 a month just to get by. We came to university for better futures, for hope, for better careers. We did not come here to be standing in the cold, and it is the fault of the people behind us. We went into those meetings and demanded a rent freeze and was shut down at the earliest possible opportunity. It was never on the table. We were never in those discussions. We were simply in the room.
We aren't listed as students. A few are listed as part-time students, and most of us here will be listed as full-time students. Full-time students. If you're working a full-time job, you shouldn't have to work a part-time job on top of that in order to afford your living. So how, as full-time students, are we expected to concentrate on our studies, achieve the grades that we want to achieve, whilst also working part-time jobs in order to pay for our rent and in order to pay for our food?
This campus was built by the state. This was built by collective effort, people all across our land who understood the value of education. And that valuing of education happened because of generations of working class people coming together in order to demand it, because they've been robbed of it for so long. What a horrific turn of events it is then, when you actually have students here being told that they're going to get a rent increase, which means they no longer belong on land and in homes, that innately belonged to them, that was built by us all.